Hey you guys, good morning. Welcome to my live Thursday broadcast. Go ahead and grab your tea or coffee. We're going to be talking about that today. Maybe grab an herbal tea. I'm going to give you some news about why caffeine may not be doing the trick for you to solve your feeling of deep fatigue. So, if you often feel tired, you feel exhausted, coffee doesn't really work to solve the problem. A good night's sleep is not solving the problem. Maybe you get a break and you feel better when you're not around your kids or home or family or the long unfinished task list. And you can kind of take a vacation from that. But when you come back, you feel that same sense of heaviness settling into your skin, into your body, or mental overload, and that causes fatigue. This is the talk for you. So welcome to Overwhelm Solution for Moms. My name is Honor Janetsky. I am a therapist and coach, helping clients in several programs of mine with issues just like this, resolving deep fatigue, resolving the relationship issues that causes, helping moms to find so much joyful connection in their families and in their bodies and in their lives. And it is my joyful purpose to help moms feel like great moms to their kids and to see kids and families thriving. I'm so excited to bring you this topic today because it's something I've been helping my clients with for the better part of 20 years. And it's also something that we're going to touch on and cover in next week's live 5-day free workshop called the Summer Thrive series. So if you're not signed up for that one, please do get yourself registered and signed up. I would love to be in the room with you, teaching you as your coach and answering your questions live. It's going to be some really, really relevant content. So if this talk resonates for you today in this topic, then absolutely get yourself into that room. So welcome. We're going to talk about a few things today. Let's go ahead and dive in. So starting with the first one, there is a reason most people don't recognize that no one is talking about. That is the source of fatigue for moms and the source of exhaustion for moms. So I'm going to cover that hidden reason first, and then I'm going to cover what is the solution. And once we go through both of those things, then I'll share with you how to get started working on it. Okay, so I want to begin with a little just a very short example or story, case study, if you will, of a client who worked with me probably about a year ago now. And one of the biggest reasons why she signed up to work with me was because she felt a deep sense of fatigue that was affecting her ability to be happy, playful, have fun with her kids who were still pretty young. It was also getting in the way of her ability to do things that lit her up and made her happy. And you'll find this, like if you're someone who struggled with exhaustion, which is, fatigue that has really settled in, or if it settles in long enough, health problems, autoimmune disease, sometimes depression, feeling flat, feeling like I don't even have the energy to do something that makes me feel good, that feeds my soul. I kind of have lost touch with that so much that I don't even really want to. And that's that kind of flatness that settles in after months or even years of allowing yourself to stay in this low state or fatigue state. And it's easy. Look, I understand it. I've been there as well as a mom. I know that there is so much out there, so much messaging, even from practitioners, even from therapists, even from your doctors. I can't tell you how many times I've heard someone went to their doctor to say, I feel exhausted, I feel fatigued, I feel flat. And they were told, well, yeah, of course, you're a mom. And to me, I just don't accept it. I find this really unacceptable that we have normalized a level of fatigue and exhaustion under the label of mom. I find it completely unacceptable. When we peel those layers back, there are always reasons, and there are good reasons. And this is a solvable problem. So there are things that we can do to come out of this haze of fatigue. Around about a year ago, somebody booked a call with me who was feeling such deep fatigue. It was like bone tired. You ever felt that? It's like, I just feel bone tired. I can't even drag myself, and if you have young kids, the kids to the park. I just want to sit like a shell of a human and scroll my phone on the bench over in the shade while they're playing, because I can't even have fun. I'm so tired. And that was this mom. I can't even do things I used to enjoy for myself. I'm not having fun anymore. I'm not really even enjoying being a mom. I just feel I'm going through the motions. And so if you felt this, firstly, just really tune in and invite your heart to open to really hear what the message is for you today. What's the message for you in this, with being able to acknowledge and recognize what might be going on for you that is more than just a physical experience, okay? Because we are intricate beings. The physical is not separate from the mind, from the emotional body. It's all affecting each other. And often the body is expressing something else that's going on. Okay, so when she came to me, she wasn't having any fun. She wasn't enjoying life as a mom anymore. And she wanted to know what it was. And she'd seen her medical doctors. She had been to a naturopath and was on a lot of supplements. She had her child in therapy, the one that was struggling. She had been to marital therapy, marriage counseling, and that really wasn't moving the needle either. So she'd addressed a lot of things, scaled back her work as well, from working in the office full time to doing a couple work from home days, and still really she was waking up tired, getting a pretty much a full night's sleep, and then still waking up tired. So whenever I hear that, I know that there's more to the story. I know that there's something going on that someone has not recognized yet. And I just love to have that initial conversation to find out what it might be. And when she began in the program she came into was Awakened Motherhood, which is my signature program. And when she came into Awakened Motherhood, the first month of the program is all about uncovering root cause and really going to the source to build a new foundation of calm and of kind of a kind of strong presence, a steady presence. And what we found out with her is what we find out with a lot of people, which is that deep fatigue that's been going on for in her case, I believe it was about 5 to 10 years. She'd been a mom for 11 years at that point, right? So it lines up. Deep fatigue for 10 years. The latest 5 were really impeding her ability to live the life she wanted to live. And so when we began to look, we found what I find with a lot of clients, that hidden cause that no one really talks about and no one really looks for. Which, anybody want to take a guess? Drop it in the comments here if you have a guess. What do you think is the source of exhaustion for so many moms who are doing that invisible work of motherhood, you guys? What do you think it is? Take a guess. Just going to give you a second here to drop it in the chat. If you guessed, and those of you watching the replay back, if you guessed emotional exhaustion, you would be correct. So people don't look in that area because we don't want to go looking in that area because we don't know what to do with it. That if we recognize that we are emotionally depleted, exhausted, then that's really scary, because what your brain is going to say that doesn't know how to resolve that is, I can't look at that, because if I admit that that's what's going on, then I'll feel like I just am either failing or I need to just quit the job of being a mom. There's like no escape, right? So we don't want to look at that. But you guys, the good news here is that there is a solution to emotional fatigue and heaviness. There is a solution to that. And so I'm going to share with you what happened when this client began actually neutralizing the stuff that was draining her energy. So first step, we neutralize it and kind of take that sting away, take the drain, the energy drain away by plugging some of those holes. And then when I taught her what to do with that kind of clogged up, the clogged channels in her in her emotional pathways that were creating the big drain on her energy, how to address it, how to bring relief to those areas, how to then move through the emotional kind of clutter, the old dusty areas of that emotional buildup, and resolve it, dissolve it, and resolve it. What happened for her was an increase in her physical energy. She experienced first, there's an emotional lightness. There's like a mental clearing that happens where brain fog kind of clears. And then the body will regenerate. And this is the beautiful thing about our innate healing potential. When we remove what is the drain and the drag on your energy in the physical, which is really unprocessed emotions. It's emotional drain. It's not knowing what to do with my past trauma, not knowing what to do with how my kid triggers my past trauma, not knowing how to parent in a way that is loving and connected, that doesn't drain me, not knowing how to give my kid what he or she needs without sacrificing my own well-being and compromising my own well-being and my energy. Moms don't know how to do that. And when you learn how to do that, then what happens is we start resolving those cracks in the foundation, and you strengthen from the inside out, and you heal from the inside out. And with that, in my work, in my program with my clients, like one of the things that I teach everyone how to do is how to move through emotions really quickly without getting caught up, without getting hooked or exhausted. And we change over that operating system from the old way, which creates a lot of fatigue in your body and a lot of exhaustion, to the new way, which is all about in the present, here and now, handling and resolving what is creating all of this backlog of what's going to drain you and what's going to tax your marriage and what's going to tax your relationship with your kiddos. And this work is so, so freeing. So the hidden cause of exhaustion for most moms, I can say almost pretty much everyone who's come to work with me, that has ruled out a physical cause, that has ruled out sort of a root cause of some kind of disease that they can put their finger on, is emotional exhaustion. And the solution is learning how to process your emotions in the here and now present. And I'll share with you, answer a question that I got this week, which is so important for you guys to know. Do I have to go back and process everything that I know has hurt me in the past, like my therapist was doing with me, or like I've been told before? And the answer is a resounding no. You do not have to analyze, process, resolve old past and hurts from your past 35 years of life or 40 plus years of life. You don't have to do that. And the reason why it's not necessary or not relevant is because anything that is impeding your joy now, that is weighing you down, dragging you down, causing exhaustion, causing fatigue now, is going to be coming up in your here and now life. So we can solve that. We can heal that in the here and now through your now relationships with your kids. It usually is. Sometimes it's also the marriage, in your marriage now. Okay. So hopefully that answers that fear that a lot of people have, a lot of you listening in. You don't have to go and wade through the weeds of your past. You really just need to be willing to address what you feel right now in the moment and learn how to build your skills to be able to process through and navigate through emotions just with a snap. And that's the beautiful thing. Then the fatigue doesn't build, the exhaustion doesn't build, and to the point where it has now for some of you, and tip the scales toward, I feel totally stuck. I feel like I don't even want to go and have fun. I'm just kind of mad at everyone and grumpy about all of it. And I feel like, what's the point of it all? The point is that you get to choose for you. You get to decide if you want to feel like a slave to your life, or if you want to feel like you are igniting joy and health and well-being in your life. Because either way, your kids are going to get the result of that. And so if you want to take up responsibility for how your mood, your way that you communicate, your way that you connect with your kids is affecting who they become. It's affecting how they feel about themselves. It's affecting their self-esteem. If you want to have a positive impact in that area, then the place to do the work is in here, in learning to love yourself and in learning to take care of you and in learning to be your own biggest advocate and supporter, because the truth is no one else is going to do that for you. If you want to learn how to do that work, come and do this free workshop with me next week. I'm going to be giving in 30-minute sessions each day, giving you a how-to formula, how to be a present parent, how to really leverage your gifts into being a more loving mom so you feel so fulfilled by this life that you're living. And there's no more sacrificing yourself so that everyone else is taken care of. It doesn't need to be that way. We are moving beyond that now. There's another model available. And I'm going to be pulling from that model that I teach in Awaken Motherhood into this workshop for you next week. You can sit in the room live with me on Zoom. Replays will be available. So please don't not sign up for that reason. If you put your phone number in, you're going to get a link to the replays every day. So please do just join me for this experience so that you can get some insight and some new skills and tools to develop that muscle that enables you to have more joy and more love in your family. I cannot wait to work with you. I'm going to drop the link around this video. You guys tell me if you are already signed up, say I'm in. If you have not signed up yet, just say link around this video and I will drop the link directly to you so that you can get registered. And then we want to make sure you get the motherhood survey. So if you haven't received that one yet too, just say survey below and we'll get you that one. Okay, you guys, we're going to do a whole session on that assessment survey and how to identify what gaps showed up for you. So I'll be analyzing those and bringing you the data. And it's going to be a lot of personal work on that day, and that's day 4. So make sure you come. We're going to get started Monday. Sign up, let me know, say if you're in, say if you need the link, if you need the survey, if you're already registered, and we'll get that to you. Okay. All right, you guys, until next week on Monday, you guys take care. Have a great weekend, and I'll see you then.